Content creators can turn up the money when they turn up for the money. It's a really important concept, and I want us to pay close attention to it because if you're a content creator, you're probably in the content creation business for money. I'm Angela Brown, and I'm a content creator, and I am myself recovering from burnout. This is the Burnout Recovery Series, and one of the most important issues that we run into as a content creator when we hit burnout is a money issue. We get bills coming in, we get calls coming in from bill collectors, people saying we owe money, or we have brand deals that are coming in that we either need to invoice for, or we need to do an accountability and checking system for, and it gets really stressful and we burn out and we say, whoa, how do we keep going? Okay, so a couple of things that I want to pay attention to, and we talked about this yesterday when we talked about systems. There is a system for managing your money. And if you do not manage your money, you're going to not be able to run a business. Okay. When I started my house cleaning business back in 1991, I didn't know much about money and I screwed up and I made all the mistakes. But what I hoped to do was I hoped to outsource my finances because I didn't understand it. And because I didn't understand it, there was really no way for me to measure my progress. And so instead of me doing a really great bang up job and say, hey, I really understand my money and I know that I'm making money and I'm doing really well at what I'm doing, what I did was I paid someone else to do that for me. But because it wasn't on the front of my mind and I wasn't paying close attention to it, I didn't know if I was doing well or if I could do better. A lot of content creators fall in this same trap. We're creators. And so we like to make shorts, or we like to make TikToks, or we like to make videos, or whatever our passion is. And they say, follow your passion and you'll become rich. It's not always the case. What happens is content creators get in the trap of creating content and they kind of push the things they don't like the money issues, to the side. And then what happens is when it comes time to pay the bills, they have no idea what's going on. So they try to hire an accountant to manage all the stuff and they're still not measuring it. But they'll jump in on YouTube and they'll watch all the analytics and they'll watch where their show is dropping off 30 seconds here or there. And they make these little tweaks and their videos do better. But what would happen if they made those same tweaks and those same measurements and they watched the same daily progresses with their finances? Okay. So content creators turn up the money when they turn up for the money. So what we're going to request from you is this: as you pull yourself out of burnout, that you create a system for your finances. Now, I know one of the things that really tripped me up along the way is when I started hiring independent contractors. And for the end of their week, let's say somebody ended their week on Wednesday, I was writing them a personal check on Wednesday saying, this is it for you for this week. Thank you so much for helping me. Here's your pay. And then somebody else would finish their week on Friday. So I would write another check on Friday. Here's your pay for the week. And what happened was I found myself writing 20 or 30 checks randomly throughout the week. And that's a lot of noise. That's a lot of mismanagement of funds, where instead of sitting down and looking at everything on the grand scale and then saying, okay, here's where all these bills get paid and having a system for that, I was just randomly writing checks and then trying to balance that and manage that later. So one of the systems that I created was I put everybody, employees, independent contractors, everybody that I work with, on a direct deposit. And so what happens then is I could sit there once a week and I could look at the bills and I could just transfer the money. Okay. So I moved everything to 1 day a week. Then what I did is I created a new system in my business where I set on Sunday night at 6 p.m. all of the projects for the week deadline. And what this means is it doesn't matter if you finish your project on a Thursday or a Friday or a Tuesday. I'm not going to look at it until Sunday. Sunday night at 6 p.m., all of the projects for the week are done. If they are turned in, then we sit down Sunday night at 6 p.m. We go over all the projects. We sign off on everything. Everything goes to accounting. Everybody gets paid direct deposit. It comes out of our bank account on Monday. It goes into their bank account on Tuesday. And that's how we operate. And because that's how we operate, we were able to set new rules in place. So that lets everyone else on our team, all of our independent contractors, all of our employees, manage all of their projects, knowing their deadline is Sunday night at 6 p.m. So instead of people pushing the deadline, and you can push the deadline all you want, But if you push the deadline past 6 p.m. on Sunday, you don't get paid that week. You get paid the following week, which then forces everyone to turn their projects in at a certain time, which reduces a whole lot of stress. Okay. Then what happened was when we started sitting down once a week, and that's all the payroll for the entire week, Sunday night at 6 p.m. There's another appointment on my schedule Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. That Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. is my accounting, where I sit down and I look at the credit card bills. I look at the software that we're paying for our content creation. We look at the other bills and other expenses on Tuesday at 10 a.m. So what happens is every single Tuesday, I jump into my QuickBooks. And by looking at my QuickBooks every single Tuesday, I can see what brand deals are coming in, what brand deals have been paid, what money is going out. And then I can do a check and balance system very quickly and very easily. But what that does is it reduces all of the noise from bills coming in the mailbox. I was able to sit down and say, okay, if everything is being automatically deposited into my bank account and I'm able to track this in QuickBooks, I don't need the bills coming in my mailbox. I don't need them to waste paper and envelopes and postage and all this other stuff. So I was able to switch over only to electronic billing, which is going to reduce a lot of noise. Then I went in and I turned off all of the reminders, where like a credit card will send you a reminder and say, hey, on the 3rd, you owe X amount of dollars. I don't need your reminder because I'm going to remind myself. I'm going to go in every single week, Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. Remember how we talked about having automatic systems? I'm going to go in and I'm going to automatically look at all of my bills every single Tuesday. And if that's the case, I don't need to be hit up with reminders via email. And so I was able to reduce a lot of the email. So what my focus is, as we bounce back from burnout, what I want to do is create a couple of systems where we're eliminating some of the extra noise, because all of that noise starts to add up and it becomes overwhelming and chaotic and stressful. And we don't want that in our lives, but we're in business to make money. And so in order for us to make money, we have to understand money. Now we're going to talk tomorrow about the different currencies that content creators use. Time is a currency. Money is a currency. Relationships are a currency. And we'll talk about all of that tomorrow. Today, what I want us to do is I want us to get a system in place. Now we use QuickBooks, and this is not sponsored. We use QuickBooks and it's kind of expensive, but we also have an automatic payroll add-on that goes along with that. So not only can we see our finances that are coming in and the money that's going out, we can create graphs and budgets and all the things, we can also transfer money over to our employees and our independent contractors. What's cool about the payroll add-on is that it automatically deducts all of the taxes that go to the United States IRS. And that's what we have to pay in order to stay compliant. And so I want to highlight the fact that that has to be done. And so instead of getting really stressed out thinking I have to hire an accountant and a payroll company and all the different things, I don't. I have to sit down for a few minutes each week, and I have to personally sit down and put my eyeballs on there and go, okay, how much money did we make? Who gets paid what? Right? And then that automatically comes out of the account and it goes to all the different federal and state and all the different taxes that are supposed to be paid. So we're in compliant, but it's a program that's very easy to follow. Then when it comes tax time, all that stuff just imports over into your taxes. And because you've categorized it properly, it goes right where it's supposed to go on the different schedules on your taxes as a business owner. So it doesn't have to be hard, but you have to understand it. So one of the very first things that I tell all of my students when they say, I don't want to learn the money, I just want to hire an accountant. I want you to know your numbers. I want you to know what's coming in your business. For this reason, we've just been doing an audit on all of our software. And in the year 2023, we got hit upside the head with AI. It started coming at us from every direction, right? We probably invested in 40 different AI type programs. And some of them are $30 or $40 a month. And that doesn't seem like a lot of money until you start adding that we've got 15 or 20 computers on our network. And so when you start adding a license for each of those computers, it can add up really quickly. What we did is we added a tracking software to each of those computers so that we could literally track every single time somebody logged into a website or they logged into a program, and we could track how much usage each person was using. When we talk about money, what was really interesting to me is we have $32 a month pieces of software on several of the computers that we were using less than 4 minutes a month. And I said, whoa, there's other software that we're already using that does the same or similar kind of thing. We can cut those licenses, which then adds that money back to our bottom line, right? If you're not tracking these things, you have no way of knowing if you're making any money. And when you hire an outside bookkeeper, they don't necessarily know how you're using a particular app. They can say, yes, you're using a particular app and here's how much you're paying for it, but they don't necessarily know how much you're using it or if you're using it at all. And if you have a website, we get tripped up a lot on buying premium plugins, which is awesome if they do something for your business and it saves you time and money, which is one of the currencies we're going to talk about tomorrow. But here's the catch. If you have a lot of premium plugins that you're not using, or you have duplicates of those plugins, an accountant is not necessarily going to know that. So you don't have to know everything about your business. But what I do want you to know is enough of what's going on in your business that you can take a look at what's happening, and you can say, yes, I'm managing this and I understand this well enough to either outsource it to someone else, or in order to ask better questions, or in order to make educated business decisions. Because what happens and where the burnout and the stress really piles on top of us is where we don't know what's going on. And then we think we know, or we think, oh no, I should know that and I don't. And then it becomes really overwhelming to us. So in order to turn up the money, we have to turn up for the money. And what that means is on your schedule every week, there needs to be an appointment for accounting. You need to sit down with your books every single week and put eyes on the books and measure and manage and track your progress. Look at your budgets, look at your spending, look at your earnings so that you can make better decisions. Because without better decisions, you're going to fall into this huge trap of doing all these brand deals. Money is going to come in and you'll be earning a lot of money, but you'll be spending a lot of money and you'll have no idea where it's coming and where it's going. One of the things I deal with every day are huge cleaning companies that are earning $2, $3, $4 million a year, and they're broke. They have no idea where the money's going. They have no idea what they're spending it on. They have no check and balance system in place, and they're kind of flying by the seat of their pants saying, if I just make more money, I'll be okay. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter how much money you make. If you can't manage it, you're still going to be in a really high stressful situation, and it's still going to lead to burnout. So you want to lead to burnout, you got to turn up the money by turning up for the money. And that means having a meeting each week with your accounting. All right. I'm glad we got that out of the way. All right. So for a quick update, how I did last night, and this is my personal journey recovering back from burnout. So I want to add this to the screen to show you that one of the things that I focused on this particular week was my sleep. Last night, I got 4 hours and 50 minutes of sleep, which is pretty good from the night before, because the night before I got 3.5 hours of sleep. So 4.5 hours is even better. I got an hour and 20 minutes more than the night before. Today, I still feel fantastic. So something is working in spite of the tiny sleep I've been getting this week, but I'm working on it and I'm consciously aware. And I do have it on my schedule today to take a little micro nap if I can squeeze one in. All right, so my hydration, I'm doing great on my hydration. I drank 126 ounces of liquid yesterday, and the liquid is water. It is my apple cider vinegar and lemon juice, and then also an herbal tea. So I keep these all at my desk, and I drink every time I look up from any project. I look up and I go, oh, look, there are drinks waiting for me. And then I stay hydrated because, again, our brain and our body, our skin, everything needs hydration. Also, at this time of the year, let me throw this out there, the air is also drier, which means you might also need a humidifier inside your office so that your eyes don't dry out and become red and itchy and all the things, right? A humidifier which puts more water into the air. So we need to breathe water. We need to drink water. Let's stay hydrated. All right, next on my list is intermittent fasting. I did great yesterday on the intermittent fasting. I went for a full 20 hours. And then when it came my little time for my window, I went out with some friends last night. which like dips into my little social life there that I'm trying to create from scratch. And we celebrated 2 of the Savvy Cleaner team members' birthdays last night. So we went out to a restaurant, and I'm supposed to be talking about fasting. I fasted for 20 hours, then I broke my fast. We'll talk about the nourishment. I did not eat healthy when I went out last night. And I looked at the menu and they had all these healthy choices, oddly enough. They had salads and they had salmon and things. I was like, oh, I've been eating that at home. And I really wanted something I don't normally get at home, which is burger and fries. And they had burger and fries on the menu. And it's not like a really popular menu choice when you're out with friends and you're trying to act like you're eating healthy or whatever. And I so wanted that burger and fries. So I got it. And as soon as it arrived, I looked at it. I was like, oh, that looks so good. And then I started feeling a little bit guilty because I knew the calories and the fried food. And I was like, I shouldn't have ordered this. And I ate it and I enjoyed every bite of it. It was awesome. So that was my Tuesday night. And typically we only have one fun meal a week. And I made an excuse because this was a birthday, but I did not have any birthday cake. So although I was breaking the choices for fries and a hamburger and the bread and all the stuff that was on there, I didn't have any cake. So I was half good in spite of the fact. So I'll go back to my healthy choices today, but that was really, really fun for me last night. I really enjoyed it. All right. So for my workout, I worked out yesterday. I had a great workout for day 9. I'm back at the gym again. And this is after a couple of days hiatus where I didn't work out and I missed it. And it's weird getting back into the swing of things because I've been achy the whole week. I've been kind of like achy in that good workout sort of way. Like, oh, I worked out today and I hurt all over kind of a thing. But I'm running inside the pool and I'm doing interval training where I'm running really fast for 45 seconds and taking 15 seconds off for a break. And my legs are getting so much stronger. I'm starting to rebuild my shoulder and my upper body strength along with my quads, my thighs, my core. I'm getting stronger. So if you look at my before and after pictures over on lifelongproductions.com/burnout, I cannot see a lot of physical progress yet, but I can feel different. I feel like, oh, hey, I'm starting to get healthy again. And feeling good is half the battle. So if you are in burnout mode and you feel crappy, that's one thing. But if you're recovering from burnout mode and your moods are great and you feel great and your body feels great, you're so much closer to getting where you want to go. So I'm really proud of my workouts. So yay. As far as my moods go, I have been in a really great mood for about a week. Now, I don't know if that's directly related to the intermittent fasting, but I have been in a really, really great mood for about a week. And I thought I was going to be grumpy because if I don't eat, typically my blood sugar levels dip and then I get kind of cranky. And that's what I was expecting. But what I didn't know is that if I get past that on the intermittent fasting, all of a sudden it kicks in and it's like, whoa, I'm happy again. And that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I'll take it. Okay. So every day that I've been fasting, there's probably a little window where I'm kind of like, and then I'm good again. So yay, I'll take the I'm good again. The impact it's had on my business. This is interesting because we're implementing a bunch of stuff on the websites we have right now. And we are using a program called Fluent Forms. When you get down to the bottom of the Fluent Forms, somebody does something, they hit a submit button. And along with that submit, what are they submitting for? Are they trying to sign up for something? And if yes, how do we collect payment? And so what we're doing right now today is we're changing the different forms and changing the ways that we accept payments. So there's a little bit of a learning curve, and I'm switching a couple of pieces of software today based on trying to create a centralized hub. And the centralized hub is this, and this goes back to my challenges. So I'll add this in along with my challenges. In the past, we have courses for sale. And so people have a payment portal where they pay for the courses. And then over here, they buy a book and they have a different payment portal for the book. And then they hire us for coaching and they have a different payment portal for that. And there's no one common portal where a member can go in and check for how much did I spend with this company. They just have little different receipts that they've received from us. And that's okay. It's worked in the past. But what we're trying to do now is we're hooking up affiliate programs where other people can recommend our services, and they need a portal where they can see how much money they earned. And then we need a portal over here where a customer can log in and see how much money they spent with us for the very reasons that I mentioned today, is they need to be able to track their spending along with how much progress has this helped me make as a result of working with this company. So we want to create a centralized hub, and that's kind of the challenge that I'm working on today. And I can't ask someone else to help me and outsource that until I understand exactly what it is I'm trying to do myself. And then at which point I will know, if I do outsource that, I will know, did we accomplish what we were trying to accomplish? But we can't accomplish something if I don't understand what it is, number one, I'm asking for, and number two, what it looks like when it's finished. So that's my challenge for today. All right, the progress that I've made. This is all health and physical progress. I'm updating you on that on a daily basis. I'm feeling so much better. And just showing up for the gym, the first week, it was like, oh, I got to get up out of bed and go to the gym. And now it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's what we're doing now. And it's now becoming a new routine. We talked about routines yesterday and little tiny baby templates that we stack on top of each other that says, this is what I'm doing at this part of the day and this part of the day and this part of the day and this part of the day, so that the days just kind of flow along really seamlessly without me having to reinvent every part of the day. And the first week that I was on this program, I was reinventing the whole morning routine workout thing. And now it's kind of like flowing seamlessly. So I know I'm just new to the workout thing, getting back into it, but I feel like I'm in the groove. So yay. All right. So follow me. If you have not already, follow me. I am on lifelongproductions.com/burnout. That is where I'm tracking all of my day-to-day progress. And then also I want to give a shout out to lifelongproductions.com, which is a group mastermind. In fact, we're actually meeting today. Today is our coffee club meeting. And if you are a content creator and you're struggling with finishing projects that you've started, this is the meeting you want to participate in. You can buy these meetings one at a time and just jump in on one meeting and say, hey, I need help with this. But it's a whole collaborative group of the best minds in the content creation industry. These are at the top of the top producers. And so if you need help publishing a book, or you need help creating a course, or you need help with creating a form that has money attached to it, or booking coaching sessions or whatever, that's where this group is. And so bring your questions, because this is a really dynamic group of people that are helping each other. And then everybody's holding each other accountable. Like, hey, what are you going to bring next week? What books are you going to produce this week? What are you working on this week? And can we count on you to turn this in at a certain time? And so really people holding your feet to the fire. So check that out, lifelongproductions.com. All right, that is it for today. I'm going to let you get back to your day. Join me again tomorrow, because we're going to be talking about the different currencies that content creators participate in order to make not only a business, but a life. And I want you to focus on that. All right, so come back again tomorrow. For today, remember two things. Number one, you are enough. And number two, you matter.